The species of a pepper plant. So you can expect something, pepperish, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You are drinking the root of a plant.
Yeah.
So, mixed with some water. Different bars mix it differently. Some like to make it a bit more thick, so less water. Some they dilute it a bit more. And it all depends on the different variety and how they mix it. So that's how we actually chose these bars as well. Each one of them actually, they brew from different kind of noble varieties, because there are some, the lower standard qualities that they give you more of a hangover. But these guys all bring out the best. They do all the best ones as well, and they all mix it differently.
The owner of the Kava Lounge,
Victor.
what made you become the owner of this place?
We're going to build a commercial space here, actually. It was supposed to be like shops and an office. And then we bought the property just before COVID. And then 1 year went by with COVID, nothing was happening. The property was sitting around, it was abandoned. Then the second year came around, and we thought, we can't just keep the abandoned property like this, because, kids were breaking in and all that. So we thought, okay, so we looked around and we saw, like, regardless of, how the economy was, businesses were tough and all that, but we noticed, like, Kava was still flowing. There's always a demand for Kava. There's always, the people always want to drink Kava regardless of, how tough times were.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, let's create a Kava bar. Probably some people have mentioned it's a lot different to other Kava bars around Vanuatu, something totally different and new. Let's design a Kava bar that you got really good quality Kava. At the same time, it's comfortable, it's hygienic, it's sanitary, clean, and safe for women as well. Because we're seeing more and more professional women coming out from work and then coming out looking for a place for Kava and all that. So that's what made us convert this abandoned house into something cool. So as you can see, we were very limited with space. It's such a small space.
Yeah.
So we tried to get creative. We tried to make something authentic. So it's still, the Vanuatu vibes and feel, but yet clean and that you got, good Kava. Like these 5 windows, like we went through over 100 Kava bars before we drilled down and finalized these guys. So all these guys earned their spot there. Yeah, they were rated from their quality, consistency, volume, client base, everything. Like we really did our research inside, just so our clients could enjoy the Kava and the experience, and expats and tourists come and have the real feel, and also like the vibes and stuff. And Leo, our chef, he's won some competitions in the Pacific, so he's actually renowned in the Pacific. He's well known. He kind of fell in line with what we were trying to do as well. So he works strictly with just local foods.
Wow.
There's no rice, there's nothing. He's always like adding local food and like cooking with local foods, but adding a flair to it. So that's what our kitchen does here. So Leo pumps out some really awesome dishes. I don't know if you guys have tried any of the dishes. We get some it's all, vegetarian quiches. So he does some international style with local foods. Wow. And it's crazy. Like it blows our mind every week, because the menus change every week depending on what's seasonal at the markets and stuff. So we're very lucky to partner up with Leo as well. So we've got an awesome kitchen here. That's what everyone loves. Some people actually come here just for the food, not the Kava. Wow. So that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. You've done a good job with the place. It looks amazing. Like people come and relax, sit down. It's a nice vibe. Looks very clean. What makes people want to have Kava though?
I think first of all, like everywhere else, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, after a long day, you want to relax, you want to unwind. So everyone goes to the pub. There's nothing. We all love a beer after work as well. I think the difference with Kava is like it's a lot cheaper, way cheaper, and you don't get that hangover. Or you don't feel too sluggish, or it depends on how much you've had. But you can have a good amount for very cheap, very little, and you're very relaxed, and you've got these vibes around. Like some of the clients were telling me yesterday that what they like about it is the discussion around Kava is different to a discussion around a beer. The beer, I think you're almost a bit more hype and like you're chatting louder and everything. But with Kava, it's a different kind of discussion, which is why for us Kava is really important. It's not just the drink; it's what keeps everything. It's the villages, the peace among the villages and the islands and stuff. We have less wars here, less fightings, less crime and stuff. And honestly, I really think it's because of Kava. All the ceremonies that we have. You and I could have a really bad fight today, like cuts and everything. If we sit down and have a Kava with our chiefs right now, we have a Kava that's sealed, that's finished. Wow. That's the pieces, from there on, pieces done. So Kava plays a huge role. It's not just a social thing with the afternoon. No, it's a lot of respect after that. Yeah.
Now tell me about the taste.
So it just depends on what you like. But I guess it's almost earthy. It's an very earthy taste. It looks like mud, but you could even say it tastes a bit like mud. But the effect is definitely it's a relaxant,
Yeah.
antidepressant. Like everyone's trying to do, take some crazy,
Yeah.
pop some pills and everything.
Yeah.
This is the natural remedy that everyone takes like. If you're a manual laborer,
Yeah.
like hard construction work, you see all the construction workers and all that. They take this instead of beer every day because after one shell, you're fully relaxed and ready to go hard again tomorrow. So that's why everyone loves it.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that was amazing. Thank you, Victor. I felt like I just had a whole lesson, a crash course on what Kava is. I don't need to Google anymore.
Like any other drink, I guess. Yeah, we always pour a little bit to our ancestors.
Yep.
In my language, we say tepo. Tepo means good night to our ancestors. That's a drink for them. I'm also part Rotuman, so we say olulum. So olulum. And have a shot.
Take it down straight away.
Yeah, it's a shot.
It's a shot,
Almost like a shot. Yeah.
a big shot.